Good morning, everyone. Just to give a little insight about the point that my program went avert in 2011. It was starting to really make itself known in September of 2010, but full out it would have been around April or May of 2011, and with a total build out in September of 2011. So, setting aside all the things that people go through, such as I and other TIs, and that assault on our senses, as the saying goes, life sort of stopped. But life stopped for me way before GS in many ways. I was just going through the motions. It was like I was sitting back, not being able to walk through the trauma of work harassment, mobbing, a lot of weird stuff happening way before 2011. But the bottom line was, I stopped. 2012 came, moved in with a relative, and I was starting to do a bit of my art and creativity and whatever. But then I started to get more and more traumatized from the relatives, and I stopped. It was like the pencil dropped, and I couldn't feel the paper or the drawing that was going to be taking place. It's like you almost have to relearn what's already inside of you. But what I will say is this. When I left these particular relatives back in 2014 and went to live with the mother of the female wife of the relative, I took a investigation course, and it's not what you call an official investigation certification from a agency, but it was to understand investigation, and I passed that. A lot of climbing to get through just doing it, and that would bring me to a point of where I would do my own amateur investigation of these relatives. Not out here, not the strangers or anything. Taught me about observation. I already had observation. I had already intuitive ability to size up people, but sometimes, when you're in the middle of stuff emotionally, you get lost in the translation sometimes. But 2016 September was the true beginning of my return to looking at things deeply, analytically. I almost became the life of a profiler. Then I saw that it was taking up a lot of my attention. I already knew the foundations of what these people are. And on different areas. Doesn't matter. Then I said to myself, lady, you've got to get working on yourself internally. And that's been a day-to-day thing. It's like you can't take a whole lifetime of stuff and try to remanufacture. You have to work with it and to learn from whatever brings its lessons to you. I have to, like this week, I'm dealing with the issue of anger that is like a residual fire deep down inside of me. I don't yell, I don't scream, I don't do those things anymore like back way before 2016. And when I say yell and scream, it was really just in my own apartment. I never spoke up for most of my life. And in the last few months, my voice has become stronger and stronger and stronger. And it's not about talking into a video. It starts there. Or it starts with your writing about your stuff and whatever. But it's your real voice. The bottled up stuff. You'll stumble, you'll make mistakes as a newbie as you speak up sometimes. And they might not be terrible things, but they might be truths that these people don't want to even hear. And you're not even speaking to them directly. Like me, many people are audio and camera surveilled inside of their homes. But because of my investigative skill, I looked for those bugs and they're not there. So having said that, somebody slipped up and confirmed many things that I was trying to work around, that they have a 24/7 listening shift going on there. These people don't add up. The more you look at it, you don't even need. You start with a fact, and then you start building through the anomalies that happen on a day-to-day basis. I started to get my voice back more and more in the last 2 weeks, working with the anger that's deep inside of me to say some truths that some people don't want to even hear. Some people say, don't do that. But you see, they can't come back to me and say, well, you said that. And I'll say, did I say that directly to you? They would be caught with their pants down. So what I'm trying to say is, when you get your voice back, if you've lost it, it will be an uphill climb to get it back again. But it comes slow but sure. In the end of it all, this voice that cannot stay silent, will obviously encroach on other things within your life. Don't give up your life to them. Do as much as you can on a day-to-day basis. After a while, when you become more and more comfortable, don't let anybody tell you, get over it. But strive and do what you can each day. To LTI, stay